Hey friends, so let's have a walk and talk. This might become a series, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how the wind let us be great. But nonetheless, I wanted to talk about something that happened to me about a couple of weeks ago. And it really bothered me to the point where, I was like whooping my ass over it over and over and over again. And if you didn't know anything about getting a whoop or getting your ass whooped opposed to getting a beating or a spanking, baby, getting your ass whooped ain't got nothing on them other two, okay? So I want to talk a little bit about how I made an ass out of myself, but I turned it into an asset. And what I mean by that is that I was able to go back and replay the situation in my head, like play by play of what I could remember of it, and realize the error of my ways where I went wrong. And so when I want to talk about is like routine. I know if you watch more of my other videos, I talk about a routine a lot, but I'm going to give you the flip side of the routine. We have to learn. I had to learn. I just had an epiphany moment, like an aha moment, like, girl, because this was part of my routine for so many years, even though a part of that routine didn't apply to me anymore, because out of the last 6 years, I've been really on a real spiritual journey. I just been recently sharing things now, but I have been on my own personal journey. I come from a background of religion, and even though they both coincide with each other, there is there's a difference. I feel like spirituality goes much deeper. It doesn't have any bounds to where it boxes in. And I feel like on the religious side, there's a lot of boxing, caging in, and it just wasn't for me. So with that being said, um, how I was able to even see the error of my ways is because of the fact that how I've been working on myself and being honest and truthful with myself of the things that I had going on with me. Um, and so because I have been working on that and able to do that, like I can call myself out. Like I don't need people to call me out. I can definitely call myself out. But people are important, like especially the people that are assigned to you and that help you on your journey, because we all have blind spots. We cannot see everything. Like I'm walking right now, I can't see if somebody is walking behind me unless I actually physically turn around to be able to look. But if I do not do that, then I would not know somebody is behind me. But if I had another person here, they could see somebody behind me because I could still continue to move forward and they could turn their head. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just giving an analogy about how other people are important. And the reason why I'm saying that, because it took me a very long time to trust people again. I had times where I was super vulnerable and I just wanted help and I'm crying out, and people manipulated me, took advantage of my situation, and they tried to break me and mold me into what they wanted me to be. And it even took me a long time to even realize that. And when I realized that, I was angry. I was super angry and super mad. And so I really like hardened my heart in a sense. You know what I mean? For the people that know, I was a softie to some, but I was hard to most. And my reasons were valid. You know what I mean? They were valid. It did not make everything about what I was doing factual, because feelings are not facts, but they were definitely valid to me. They helped me to keep protecting me. But now again, as moving on, some of those barriers are now like they don't apply anymore. They're not applicable to my life. And because of that, I did not realize this one piece to my puzzle that I was doing. And I had no idea that it was so much routine and so much drilled in me of when I'm doing these particular things, it's like a routine that I do that was messing me up, and getting me caught up. So what I want to say, because there's a lot, it goes way deeper than this, and I actually started creating a video to do it, and I was like, that was great. Now I need you to do this. And I'm like, wait, what? So my thing is, I always try to do what I feel like I'm called to do. And if I'm wrong with that, then I'll come back and say, well, I thought that's and here it is. Because again, I'm not perfect. You see, I have my bold shirt on today while I'm walking, and now I really understand like why I decided to put it on. And it's because of the fact that bold is not about doing everything right, being perfect, you know what I mean, in the public eye. And even though, I don't know, I mean, some people do, they don't mind sharing any and everything and just don't care about who knows what and in their lives. And I don't think it's truly about being authentic. I feel like in some cases, not all, that is way more to it than just that. However, for me, not so much. I was very private, like a lot of people in my business and this, that, and whatever. But my brand is a lifestyle brand, and it's about owning your shit. Bold is about owning your shit. Own her shit means you're owning the things in your ship. Okay, so that means the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that, because it's all a part of you. It's all of what makes you you, and what makes you uniquely you. So therefore, we have to own it all. And so, although I was so embarrassed, I felt like a complete ass. I wanted to just drop off social media because I could not believe something so simple that I felt like hindsight looking back, that was so much in my face that I just never knew. I just never even paid attention to. So I want to say, check your routine, right? If a part of your routine does no longer apply to you, swap it out for something else, or just get rid of it. If you can't get rid of it and continue on with the stuff that you do, then swap it and replace it with something else that's more in alignment of where you are today. Because I was holding on to it and I felt so bad and I was crying. I mean, man, every time I turned around, I was in tears because I said I couldn't believe that I didn't know that and I didn't see that. But I'm like, Aisha, you don't know what you don't know, honey. You don't know. But the reason why you do know, and you were able to, I was able to talk myself through it and realize the root of that is because I've been dealing with myself and working on myself and been being honest with myself. And originally, at first, I wasn't being honest with myself. I was in denial about a lot of things. And then when I came to grips, like, listen, I want to heal. I want to be able to live comfortably in my skin and be who I am called to be freely. Because a lot of times, like, authenticity, we hear that word so much, but a lot of people they're not authentic. And I'm like, I don't want to be one of those people. Like, I can't even operate like it be written all over my, like, I can't even operate like that. So girl, I'm like, are you going through the motions for no reason? You're doing all this for no reason. So I said to myself, like, you just have to own that shit. And I take ownership of it. I was here at the water early this morning. And I feel so much better. I feel so much lifted. So what I want to leave here and now is that, listen, you may not publicize all your stuff, because I'm not publicizing every detail of my life. I'm really trying to be guided in what to say, how to say, and when to say. But just know this, I am nowhere near perfect. I am not out here trying to claim perfection. I am just simply out here trying to be the best me that I can be. And that's through trial and error. And if I can help somebody else to save them from, because I already made an ass out of myself, so you don't have to. You know what I mean? You could start correcting stuff now and just look at your daily routines. Look to see whether or not, if these things still apply to your life. And I mean, we get so inside. You may even have to write it down, because I'm in my head all the time, child. My stuff is like on replay. But I also still do journal. I do multiple things, but we'll get into more of that later on. I'm just simply saying, for right now, check your roster, check like your daily routines and the stuff that you do, and see if it is, all of that is fully in alignment of where you are now and what you're doing now. Because some of it may not even apply, and it could be a hindrance, because it hindered me, but now it helped me. And then I can continue on in my healing and move forward. And I was like, that was the beauty of it in it all, because once I realized that, once I got past the anger and not even realizing that I was doing that thing, and I already had to deal with the embarrassment and the judgment that may come from it, I said, that's okay though. That's okay though, because I'm still going to move forward, and I'm moving forward. You know what I mean? I'm moving forward. And so I'm grateful for I'm just grateful for the acknowledgement. I'm grateful that I was able to see that. I'm grateful that I was able to talk to a few people about it and not feel well, I would say vulnerable enough, because I still felt some type of way, but I still did it anyway. Because I'm like, right now I have to put my feelings aside so that I can get the help that I need and get the, you know what I mean, get the assistance that I need. And a part of that is simply like letting other people in, even though all the hurt and all that, but allowing other people to still be able to nurture me. Because a lot of times I know for me, it's like I wanted that nourishment, wanted to be nurtured, but it's like I also didn't allow people in. So it's like, well, how that's going to happen? You know what I mean? So I feel like I realized that I was contradicting myself, but I didn't know it at the time. So on your journey, you may, and again, we all have our share of lessons, right? Our share of L's, I should say. But allow it to be a lesson and not so much as just a loss. You know what I mean? Some things we lose, but there's a lesson in that loss as well. So it's about perspective, and it's about you continue to try to be as positive as you possibly can, because I finally had to get myself back to that. But I was like, I still have stuff to do. I've accomplished so much. I've overcame so much. I did definitely took the L on this one, but it was a great lesson that now also put a piece to my puzzle that was missing. And that was a huge piece that I know what to do going forward. So I hope this makes sense. And again, it'll be more of these because it's a lot within that. And I didn't want this video to be super duper duper long. It's even going on 12 minutes and I didn't even want it that long. But you know, sometimes it just takes time for me to be able to get out what I need to get out. So I hope this helped. You can drop a comment and we'll walk and talk soon.